Okay, hi guys, I'm Mix, and basically I'm here today to show you a preview of a new box mod that just came out here, and it's called the Fire Pipes. So there you have it. Again, this is not gonna be an in-depth review, but nevertheless, I'll give you little inputs or a little of my thoughts on it. But mainly, this video is gonna be about how to disassemble it for cleaning and maintenance purposes. Also, a little bit of a few tips and tricks on how to handle this mod. So basically, here's what it looks like. Just simple, minimalistic design. The wood part is what we call here in the Philippines kamagong or kamagong wood. It's considered one of our ironwoods, and you see you have this shiny emblem here. That's their logo, Fire Pipes. They have the name, of course. It has, again, it's full mechanical, so the internals are copper and brass parts. So as you can see, the underside, this is copper, switch is brass, 510 connection and juice well, I believe, is brass, and it has just where the switch goes in, that's copper. But again, I'll be showing all these parts to you guys once we go into the close-ups. So I guess I'll just show you how she performs. So I'll just put in a bit more juice here. My build really dries them out really fast. So I'm running Cloud Chaser E-Juice RY4 Bavarian 3 mg, and by the way, I'm using a Doge or some people call it just Doggy. Now let's have a vape. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this, but right off the bat, if you're holding this right now and you're vaping this, all I can say is that this mod is pure power. It's pure raw power. I tend to get a little drowned out the vapor, overwhelmed by it, I guess. So some of you guys might say it's because of my build, that's why it's really strong. Well, yeah, in a way it is, but you'd really notice the difference if you're holding one, because if you put this Addy on a different mod, you'd really feel how much of a power difference there is. So there you have it. I guess enough of the chit chat. I guess we'll go into the close-ups of the Fire Pipes mod. Again, all the links just included, I guess, below or on the description section, so that you'd know where to get one, regardless of what country you're in, I guess. And let's go into the close-ups. Hi guys, so I'm back, and again I'm going to show you how to disassemble the Fire Pipes box mod. So this is what you need in order to get that done. So as you can see, I have a flat screwdriver here, tweezers, an atomizer with a threaded top cap on. I'll show you all in a bit why you need that, or why I use that, and another attachment to my screwdriver here. Again, I'll show you why I use this. But the most important thing that you need is this. It's a long flathead screwdriver, and the most important thing about this is the measurement of this part. It's because in order to take apart or to disassemble the box mod, or the Fire Pipes box mod, you need a flathead screwdriver that is tailor fitted, I guess, for lack of a better word, or suitable for unscrewing one of its parts. So I'll show you in a bit why. Okay, so let's just put all those aside, I guess, and we'll start off from the bottom section. There you go. Now, I did mention earlier that the parts of this box mod are, if not made from copper, brass, but as you can see I have this two shiny negative contacts here, or negative contacts. That's because I had them rhodium plated. So both of them were originally copper, but I just had them, well, actually not only this, but the other parts on the inside as well. I had them rhodium plated for better conductivity. So I'll not really take it apart, take it off yet, but I'll just loosen them a bit, and I'll unscrew this part. So this is what holds the bottom panel in place. Now you have to be careful when unscrewing them, because you need to have a firm grip, because if you hold it too loosely, what tends to happen is, since copper is softer than most metals, you're gonna screw up your threading here, or not really threading, but the flathead slits. So you don't want to get those really loosened up, otherwise you'd be having a hard time putting and taking this apart eventually. So I'll just unscrew those by hand, take them out. As you can see, they're made from copper. Okay, now this is one of the tricky parts. I do still have my batteries inside, which makes it a lot easier, but what happens is, probably when you first got your box mod, your fire pipes, or when you first get them, this is really loose, in which you could just you know, use a tool to take it off using these two small holes. But I'd rather not do that. Now, because what tends to happen is, with this type of wood, you know, due to certain temperature changes, it may get a little tight in there. As you can see, mine is already tight. Now, how do I take it off then? What I do is I just give it a bit of a, there we go. And that's basically how I take mine off. But there is another technique. This is what you do in certain situations. Mine's not really that tight anymore, but in certain situations, so I'll just put it back, give it a few beat downs, just so that I get a snug fit again, make it tight. There. Okay, now in certain situations in which this method does not work for you, here's another technique. What you do is you tighten down the negative screws, but make sure that both of these are not in place anymore. Okay, tighten them down. Okay, now how do you take off the bottom panel without shaking it? All you do, and again, this is what you do if it gets really tight. What you do is you slowly tighten the negative screws evenly, as you can see what I'm doing right now. Now, the more you do that, what it does is it pushes against the battery inside, and it pushes the plate. As you can see, it's slowly coming out now. So you have to do that evenly, otherwise you're gonna end up bending the copper plate. So slowly, and then it becomes really loose, and you just take it off using your hands. Okay, so take that away, take out the batteries, of course, and here's the other tricky part. What you need to remove now is these two. Okay, in order to do that, like I said, you see how it has two slits on it? If I were to use this, I really wouldn't get the job done, because I'd only be able to insert it in one of the slits. but what you need is a flathead that would insert on both of the slits. That's why you need this long one, and I'll show you in a bit why it has to be long as well. Okay, you have that unscrewed. What you need to do now is what I do is I put on this atomizer, which has a threaded top cap. Why? Because you're gonna need to pull out this section, the brass 510 and juice well, and to make it easier you need an atomizer, or base, at least a base to do it. But I like to use this atomizer because it gives me a good grip. Okay, normally you should just be able to pull it right out, but again, like I said, since the wood tends to change due to different climates, or different temperatures, tends to get really snug in there. So what I do is hold it like that, then give it a bit of a wiggle. Eventually it should, see, mine is really tight, but there, see, with a bit of a wiggle, now you could pull it out. Okay, and that's what it looks like. So these two brass rods are what connects the negative plate. And this is your 510 pin. Again, this is supposed to be copper. Well, it still is, but I had it rhodium plated again for better conductivity. Okay, what you have left now is the switch. As you can see, you have a copper section here. To remove this, what you need to do now is, again, one reason why this is long, it's because you need to remove those two positive screw contacts inside. Okay, so if I were to use this, it wouldn't really reach it. Okay, so using this, I'm gonna unscrew this part. There you go. Okay, so again, these are supposed to be copper, but had them rhodium plated. Now what you do is put your finger in there and then give it a push outside, and this part, as you can see, should just come right out. So you just take that out. Okay, so this is the switch assembly. Okay, again, rhodium plated copper pin here. Now before I go on, just like to emphasize that now that you've taken all the metal parts out of the box, the casing itself, this is a very good time to clean the mod. What I use is lemon oil, put it on a piece of cloth, then start, just wiping all the insides, just so that the wood doesn't really get dried up. Also, if the first time you took this apart it was really tight, like for example this one, as you can see, it's really loose now. I have no problems whatsoever sliding that out. But initially when I first did it was really tight. What I did was I sanded the inner diameter of this so that this doesn't really give you a hard time to pull out. Sanded the inner diameter of this, and I sanded the inner diameter of this as well. That's why this is, fairly loose now. Okay, so in order to take this apart, all you need now, I'll be using my small screwdriver here. Just need to unscrew. There you go. And this should come right out. Okay, as you can see, the switch is using magnets, not springs. Okay, this is the perfect time to start cleaning the parts. again, this is the main purpose of why you took it apart, is for cleaning and maintenance purposes. Especially when your firing switch tends to get really hot, regardless if you're chain vaping or not. It means that you probably need to start cleaning the internals, especially the threads. So how do you actually clean them? Well, I'll show you what I do. For example, you need, of course, to get your cloth or whatever. Now this is where this comes into place, okay? Because what I do is I use it to get the cloth inside. Okay, once you get it inside, you pull it, make sure it's tight, and once you have that piece of cloth inside the threading, what I do is just spin it like that. Okay, so you guys may have a different method, but this is how I do mine. So see, so you could do that for the other side as well. Of course, make sure you wipe all these. Well, I'm not gonna really do it because before the vid I actually cleaned all these spotless clean already. So how you clean the screws, for example this one, hold it in between like that, use your screwdriver, and then just twist it. Okay, so for all these screw type connections, that's what I do, like that. Now for this part, for example this part, so we'd want to clean the threading inside that as well. Again, this is what I use. So I just jam some cloth in there, and then, you know, just start twisting. See, it's not really that hard. Okay, so you'd want to do that with all your parts. Bring it back again. What you want to do is you want to start with this section, the switch assembly. Get your magnets ready, make sure they are in the proper place. Okay, get this part, put the magnet there, and just insert it and screw this on. If you can't do it by that way, do it this way. Put it in and then get your screw and start screwing. Yeah, see that, got it done. Okay, now normally you'd want to screw it all the way in because that's how it originally came in. See how the design is of a recessed switch type. Okay, but I personally want my switch a bit high rise, so what I do is I don't really screw it in all the way. So again, this is another tip or technique for all you guys out there who want or have the same switch preference as I do. See, now that I didn't screw in all the way, okay, my brass switch is now high rise. Okay, and that's exactly how I like it. There we go. So just adjust it according to your preference, but not too loose, otherwise, you know, you'd get all that dirt inside. Okay, insert this inside. Alright, the last piece that you take out is the first piece that you put in. So just keep that in mind. And make sure it aligns properly inside. As you can see, there are holes. So make sure it aligns properly. Give it a bit of a push. Make sure it's snug. Okay. See that? Okay, so the next thing that you do, now this is Also, one of the tricky parts is putting the positive pins back in place. Okay, so what I do is I just, drop them in. And I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to see this, but what I do is I keep on shaking it until I get the threaded part in the hole. It may sound difficult, but it's not really that hard. Okay, see, I've almost got it. Make sure you screw that all the way in. So basically that screw is gonna screw into this part here, this copper part. You want to do that with your other. Okay, again, screw that all the way inside. Not too tight though, just enough. Okay, as you can see from this part, that is the positive screw head. See it there? Now you want to put this back. So normally I'd take these out, these brass rods out, clean them as well, but I've already done that. Now I'd want to make sure that these are firmly in place, that they don't really come off that easily. Okay, now how you put it back is, see this bottom part? It has, one side of it has this like section taken off, or recessed section here. See that? You'd want that facing the switch, so when you put the rods in, so they go into those two holes, as you can see. There you go. You'd want this part again. You'd want this facing your switch. So you just push that right in. And again, if you sanded the inner diameter like I said earlier, you should have no problems putting this back together again. See, that's in. So now take these, put them back in place. Again, use your flathead screwdriver to tighten them down. Not too tight, but just right. Do that for the other. Putting in your batteries, always make sure that you put in the negative part or the positive part first, and make sure you do that for the other one. You wouldn't want it shorting inside and causing it. So now you need to put in the panel back. Just make sure to loosen up the negative contacts first. Now, to get a snug fit, what I do is take the butt of my screwdriver here. Okay. And take the panel screws, tighten them down using your screwdriver. Again, not too tight, otherwise you're gonna end up wrecking your screw heads. And tighten down the negatives. Okay, just enough. I'll put on the atomizer to test it out. Okay, as you can see, tighten down one. It's already firing. Tighten down the other. Just enough. And there you go. All back to normal. Okay, and there you have it, guys. Thank you for spending your time. Hope you guys picked up a thing or two, and probably if you have any other difficulties or concerns, I believe the best people to talk to would be from the Fire Pipes team. You could probably send me a message as well. I'm Mix Oliveira on Facebook, but if I'm not able to help you guys out, then the best people to contact would be the Fire Pipes team. Sir Mark Neal and Elaine James, thank you for all the help, and of course for creating this wonderful box mod. And there you have it. I'll be posting all the links below so that you guys wouldn't have a hard time. So a few closing remarks. If you have one on the way, good for you. It's a very wise and good choice. If you haven't ordered one yet, or you're planning to order one, please, you'd really like this mod, and I believe you're gonna get every cent of your money's worth on this. Okay? Till later, guys. Bye.